How old was Mary when she had Jesus? Well, the fact is, we simply don't know, but it doesn't have to be 14. So there's this common idea that Mary was only 14 when she had Jesus, and this is really based on false information, just really misunderstandings. So there's this work by Michael Satlow, Jewish Marriage and Antiquities, that really dives into this. Now, there's really 2 points that we can kind of glean from all of this. So, on the one hand, we have this hypothetical idea of when people should be married, and we see this discussed in the Talmud. We have some passages within the Talmud that say that people, boys and girls, should be married at a rather young age. And we're really looking at puberty age, so 12, 13, 14, 15 years of age. And that is kind of what is a hypothetical idea on when people should be married. Now, on the other hand, we have what was actually happening. We have the reality of all this during this time period. And what we see based on the archaeological evidence that we can find, which is really gravestones and cemetery records, stuff like that, is that girls were being married or marrying off when they were older. So we're looking at late teens, early 20s. That was kind of the common practice at this time. So what we have here is kind of this conflict of ideas. We have what is being written as an ideal age to be married, and then what is actually reality. And the reality of it was that people were actually marrying when they were in their late teens and early 20s. Now, that doesn't mean that there was no child marriage at all. It just means that it was uncommon, that the common view was that a girl should be married when she was in her late teens or early 20s. So, how can we apply this to Mary? Well, we can't with any type of certainty. We can say that it's more probable that she married when she was a late teenager or in her early 20s, but we can't say that for sure. We can't really say anything for sure because we simply don't have the records. But we also can't say that it's more probable that she was married at 14 or make that type of argument because, again, we just don't have the sources for that, and that is actually less probable than her being married at an older age. So that's just something that we have to keep into consideration. We don't have all the information that we would like, and sometimes we just have to be okay with that.